Hi, my name is Nariba Shepherd.
And I'm Justin Onette Graham.
And this is Terms of Service. I love that you started joining in on random sounds at the beginning.
I know.
I just accidentally did it the first recording, and now I just do it every time. So,
well, I mean, it's kind of standard now.
Now it is SOP.
Trying to add a little, just it's episode specific, and this episode,
yes,
it's not, how do I say this? It's interactive because we get to enjoy the wine and learn about the wine.
Too.
It is very educational. Mm-hmm. So, it has a little bit of different depth to it.
Yep.
And for that, you get a woohoo.
And you get to flex your muscles today a little bit.
Woohoo. So I was like, I'm like, there we go. I'm like feeling a certain type of way in all of these layers.
There you go.
Yeah. So how are you?
Chilling. I am excited about this because, sometimes in your brain you think, I'm just going to see if this person wants to hang out with us on a Sunday,
Hang out, yeah.
And it actually worked. So I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to get into all that momentarily.
Yeah. But first, checking in with you. I see your ankles are covered today. That means it's warm out. Because you do it in reverse. When it's cold out, your ankles be outside.
This is very, very true. I am, dressed to the,
the whims of Chicago.
Yes, the whims of Chicago in my uniform black with a little monochromatic, gray. But it's okay. You'll see the content and be like, oh, that's what Justin looks like. And
usually,
that's just what he does. And, I'm just like...
And Max and I discovered that you have transition glasses, regular glasses,
well, I
today.
Guess I would,
today.
Like today, right now. I'm just going to say that I've never noticed. Exactly. Exactly.
Whatever, man. Okay, fine.
Yeah, so...
I'm just saying, respectfully, you're young.
Respectfully, shout out to my mother, Dolores, who was just like, you know what? Here's
those would be excellent sunglasses too. What?
Facts. That is facts. And I just it's gonna sound so fucking stupid, but it's like I just forget that they're on. And that's
it's like a part of you.
And that's the point.
I couldn't even tell you because I know these are new, relatively new, comparatively speaking, to your old glasses, right? Or have these been the same pair?
These are the same.
From the time I've met you?
This is correct.
Bitch, we didn't recognize that for almost 4 years.
Correct. Correct. I swear to you, it's been at least 3. I'm
gonna go back to pictures from the very beginning. And if are you... You're not gaslighting me, right?
No, I'm not gaslighting you. No.
All right, well,
shows how much that anyone pays attention to me, but it's
you
today was just
have
the
a
day.
Uniform.
It's fair,
Yeah. Damn.
It's okay.
Well, they're very good glasses, sir.
Well,
you conned me. For years.
And maybe today they were just a little bit slower.
I think that's what happened.
And that's the whole thing.
Maybe you need to re-up the pigmentation or something. I don't know how science works.
I have no idea. And if I look into it, then I'm going to feel as if I'm older.
Okay, I'll do the research.
So I'm like,
I'm
just gonna. Okay, thank you so very much. Well then, moving on past these damn glasses.
The objective of the evening.
Yes, we have a guest. And Nariba, I'm going to let you lead this off because this is your guest and I'm so happy to welcome her. So, Nariba, take it away.
Want to introduce yourself?
I was like, I love an alley.
That was a great introduction. Thank you.
As Justin always says, no one can introduce themselves better than the person themselves. So
That's true.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No
I'm
worries.
so happy to be here. Thanks for having me here.
Of course, we're very excited to have you.
Thanks for coming down here on a Sunday.
Yeah. Sundays are cool.
Yeah,
It's
and
a sunny,
thanks
beautiful
for
day
bringing
out.
the goods.
It is.
I always bring the goods. Yeah.
Love that. Love that. That's
Okay.
going to be in the running for the name of this episode.
I always bring the goods.
Always bring the goods.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. And your name?
Yes, my name. My name.
And you are.
I am Kelly Rosny. I am a sommelier and wine educator that does like consulting, wine events, staff trainings for restaurants and bars in the Chicagoland area.
Okay. Okay. Cool. But also, what is your sign?
Let's go.
I'm a Sagittarius.
Hell yeah. Well, I should have guessed that from the traveling bits.
Yeah, I
that
got it.
you-
Yeah,
you got the bug.
I do. I do.
So you can't like sit still? You're like,
Well, I think the most Sagittarius trait about me is that I love my life. I pour myself into my life. I feel very fortunate to have it. And then every so often I'm like, okay, but what if I just went away?
Yeah.
Like, what if I just went somewhere else and started again? And
Yes.
yeah.
I think that often,
Yeah.
as it is my moon, but
I was just about to ask.
don't
I was like, do I have any
change.
Sagittarius in my chart? Because I was like, that sounds lovely at times. So I was like,
I feel like it's not very close because every time you have the opportunity to have a vacation, you magically
it's facts.
find
Okay,
work.
It's facts. So
I don't know how it
yeah,
happens.
you know,
It's like if there's a Sagittarius placement anywhere, it's like a La Croix. It's the essence of Sagittarius.
got it. It's like someone looked at a Sagittarius from across the room.
Yeah.
And was
Yeah.
like,
Maybe.
oh, maybe.
Yeah,
Just, you know.
a little sense.
Like,
You're like, that sounds great. Okay, well, I guess back to what I'm doing, which
Yes.
is just constantly doing the things. But yeah, I'm interested to see like with what you had just mentioned, Kelly, in regards to, you know, kind of starting anew and traveling and, you know, being very active in your, you know, curiosities of the world. How do you like apply that to the work that you do?
Or I guess, wait, we can get to that, but how did you get into wine?
yeah.
This is true.
Do you want to? Should we pour wine before we talk, or should we
yeah.
talk and then pour wine?
We could do whatever you want.
Whatever we want.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Cool.
You know?
I'm gonna open this bottle real quick.
Yes,
Great.
you
That
do.
sounds-
Okay,
Okay.
I was
so
like,
this
that
is the
sounds
tea.
great.
While you're opening, I'll be like, this is also my teacher for the wine classes that I'm taking through my work. And
Proud of you.
we always I be trying to get educated. And we always start off the class with bubbles. And so I was like, I
Iconic.
knew we were starting with the bubbles. It is a rule.
Oh, it's a rule.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
I'm assuming.
that's a rule that I love.
Based on what we did for our
Love that.
class.
I was just like, it's perfect.
Yeah, I do. So when Nariva says it's a rule, it's like Kelly insists on it for her own benefit and for everybody else's benefit too.
Got
It's
it.
not a
That
strict
doesn't-
rule.
But it's still like kind of a rule. Because it's your rule.
It's my
Yeah.
It's helpful because especially I try to do pink bubbles before a tasting because it'll wipe off anything that you've been drinking or eating beforehand, and then also it kind of perks up all the aspects of your palate so that you're ready to taste.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so with that then, so let's start with cheersing appropriately.
Yes. Yay.
Yes. Cheers. Cheers to you as well, JoJo. There you are. Bada bing, bada boom. Max, you're already drinking, so that's fair. No, I was like, no worries at all.
Oh.
But yes, Kelly,
Yes.
let's get into it. Where are you from?
I'm from Park Ridge. So,
Park Ridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out
yeah.
by the airport.
So,
Wait, which airport?
O'Hare.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking. I'm not good with maps.
well, the funny thing is, like, you don't necessarily have to be. You know, it's just a reference point. So,
Damn.
I was like, I just feel like,
Why are they catching strays right now?
who? Park Ridge?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No,
never mind.
no. I just mean
To the airport.
yes.
And then me ask, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was like,
I was like, why are they catching strays?
No, I think Park Ridge is lovely. I haven't been out there for a little bit, but
Neither have I.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. So, from Park Ridge, talk to us about how
I got into this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I come from a family where my dad was a mechanic. We had an auto repair shop, and my mom was a waitress, like diner waitress.
Yes.
And like that's where they met. Her mother was also diner waitress. So it like almost more so than college, it was very expected of us to be in the service industry, the hospitality industry.
got it.
So I got into it at 16 years old at Portillo's.
Oh, pop off.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yes.
I worked to the Barnelli side in Niles.
Okay, yeah.
Shout out to the Portillo's in Niles.
Shout out to Niles.
Yeah, it was like, I love the rush, right? And also back then was before Dick Portillo sold it, right? So it was like, I think it's like now gone downhill because of venture capital stuff, but this was before that.
Also, she loves a good like conspiracy theory side rant as well.
Okay, I feel
Sorry.
like we're just massive.
No,
Okay,
I'm
great.
here for it. I also enjoy it. So just let him know.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yes, you've heard a few of my soapboxes in my
Yes.
classes. Yes,
I like it though.
Yes.
But I mean, I loved working there. I was a young, eager bunny with zero boundaries and didn't know how to say no. So like, oh, you want to work doubles all weekend long while you go to high school, and like,
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
you want to help us open this other location out in like Aurora, and then come and close here in Niles on a Sunday. And I didn't. It was just always yes.
You didn't know.
No, and my family prioritized like being the hardest worker, not always the smartest worker, but the hardest worker. And so I did that.
You'll outwork anybody.
Yeah. So I did that until like I crashed and burned, and I
Very real.
yeah,
Yes.
and left that like around like 18 or 19. And at that point in time, I had met this German boy who was studying abroad here, and I ended.
Okay.
It's all part of a thing.
Yeah. No, you're good.
No, I'm following. Yep.
I ended up marrying the guy, moving out to Germany and marrying him.
That is like the level 10 Sagittarius
Yeah.
move.
yeah. Wow.
You were like, sometimes I imagine leaving my entire life, but you did already.
I did.
Yeah,
I already done it a few. Yes, I sometimes crave purging myself of all belongings and just going down to one suitcase. Like I love
respect that.
I love a good purge.
Yeah. That is.
I personally could
Wildly
never.
freeing.
I like
I
to
can
hold
only
on
imagine.
to
Yeah.
everything. But I respect it.
Yeah, for me it's like my books and wine I'd mourn and like maybe figure something out with, but other than that. But anyways, I ended up there, and then once I got the ability to work, I knew I wanted to do an apprenticeship because I was disillusioned with the university system in the US. I wish we had a more robust apprenticeship program here, which we do in some rural areas, but I wasn't exposed to it. I had worked on a farm as a kid, and I really enjoyed that, so I wanted to be closer to agriculture again. I wanted to drive a tractor, and we ended up being in the middle of wine country in the Pfalz, so I applied for apprenticeships as a winemaker,
Hell yeah.
and that's how I got in to
Damn.
this. Yeah.
I know you said that already, but it's still super cool.
Oh, thanks. It's
No.
like...
Because I am not a risk taker historically. Like, I only do things that I'm pretty sure that I'll be good at. Now I will lump podcast into it. Because before I was like, nah, it's not real. But then the numbers are saying something different.
I was
These are
perfectly good
facts.
dring the
And
tractor though.
I'm
so.
proud of you.
Thank
Nariva.
you. Yeah.
It's been a journey. It's been a years long.
I'm just
journey. But yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think, I mean, for me, taking the leap of like leaving New Jersey and going to Vermont for college, that was like crazy. But I also think it's because I'm not a US citizen. So like, I was like, I made it to America, I'm good. And then going to like not New York, Boston, or I don't know what else I thought was a major city. Then,
Yeah,
but,
you were adventured out.
Yeah.
I'm
tired.
You know what? I am settled.
Yeah, yeah.
Where I currently am at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand that for sure.
But like, okay, so what does a wine apprentice do though?
All the grunt work, like, they're a very crucial part to making wine. I was fortunate enough. I was at a winery that was small enough where it was really just the owner and me doing most of the work, which meant that I got to have a hand in like almost every part of the process.
Oh yeah.
So there's parts of the year where you're out in the field and you're pruning back all the vines, or you're tying the vines down, and like whatever you have to do to one vine to maintain it, you have to do it like 10,000 more times, right? So, or you're planting a new vineyard or what have you.
Right.
And then in the winery, the majority of the work in the winery that you do as an apprentice is like cleaning tanks, right? Because you're moving wine from one area to another almost constantly.
How big are they?
They vary in size, right? It's important for a winery because your yields change year to year. It's important that they have a lot of different sizes of tanks. So some of them are small enough that right, like people are pretty well accustomed to the small barrique barrels, right? Some are as small as that, 125 liters. And but others are huge and you can climb into them and clean them. The winery that I worked at it was pretty cool. It had tanks built into the basement, basically, that were part of the structure.
Oh.
And it was like tile on the inside. And
I feel like that's very efficient somehow.
Yeah, that's what you use for like a bulk wine type situation. You're not trying to get a lot of character out of that wine, right? It's your Tuesday drinking wine.
Oh.
Right? Like that's
Casual.
More casual.
Okay.
And then the barrels that they used were
I love the idea of a casual Tuesday drinking wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we need those too.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate for like there's a wine for every purpose, right?
Respect.
I have lived that truth.
That's been what you've been figuring out your whole life.
Yeah, I was just like, it has been quite a journey that I have not, fulfilled, but that I've been on. So yeah, and I was talking to my mom a bit ago, and she asked me, like, she's like, Justin, do you remember, one of the first things that you ever had to drink? And I was like, by you? Or like, just like in general. And she's like, Justin, like, I gave you a taste of wine, when you were like X amount of age for New Year's, right? And I remember just this significant response to it. And I was just like, oh, this is not my jam. This is crazy. And also, like, palates know where it needs to be. Like, you're, younger. So you're just like, I don't really know what's going on. And I was just like, yeah, why are you asking me that? She's like, because you have taken such a sincere interest in wine, because she's like, you worked at DOC Wine Bar, part of Michelin level service and wine programs from like L2O, and she's like, you just seem to have an interest and like an affinity for towards it. And I was like, Mom, let me tell you the nicest thing that I possibly can while being extremely transparent. I was like, that journey that I am on, is a direct reflection of how horrible that wine that you had me taste was.
Damn.
Because, and also it's just like, she's not
the one.
Well, it's one thing to like, you know, enjoy wine for taste. It's another thing to enjoy wine for the alcohol content, or it's just something that you're just gonna drink with food, so you're not really like trying to pair it at all. And as I got older, I just came to realize that they just bought a very significant quantity of it in bulk. And I was like, yeah, you guys have been drinking like this same like style from the same like large scale producer for X amount of years, X amount of time, and you know that's palatable and that's enjoyable to you. And I have introduced her to different styles and different varietals and regions, and it has taken her quite a bit to kind of unlearn the things and be like, oh, that is really interesting. But I also believe that there was just a lack of like consumer curiosity, and lack of accessibility to overall consumer education.
I just like tried to rack my brain to the first like wine that I ever had, and it was like outside of like church wine. I think it was Barefoot Bubbly Moscato. I think it's a Moscato because the color on the label is like a greenish like Moscato thing. Yeah. And I remember that
I was like, girl, you know it's Moscato because all black folks know it.
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't even a black person. It was my supervisor. It was my manager at Zoomies. And we stopped to get, this was during the time where her driver's license was not banned, but like suspended. Her driver's license was suspended.
Like, that's fun.
But like her uncle had given her a Range Rover, and so like I would go to work, and then she would have me, and she would have me like drive her like around in her Range Rover.
Oh my gosh!
Like after work and stuff. And I remember we went to like a gas station where she may or may not have used a fake ID to get a pack of Marlboro menthols and a bottle of $8 Barefoot Bubbly Moscato.
One thing that I'll say to that super quickly, just because something is value driven does not mean that it is not of quality.
I know.
However, I am thinking about what you're talking about, and I'm thinking about the swill my mom was drinking for quite a bit of time. So
I have like an added theory about
is it
our parents' generation.
Theory?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was like, because I'm waiting for later.
It'll happen.
Yes.
Don't you?
I think an added element to the way that our parents drank wine, at least from my experiences, my parents were not fancy by any means, and
Same.
my dad drank Budweiser and Wild Turkey, and my mom she would drink like Carlo Rossi, White Zinfandel or whatever.
That's how I got into wine in college. Carlo Rossi.
Yeah.
I was a Chablis bitch.
Yeah. And
was a White Zinfandel the original rosé?
Kinda, yeah.
Sick.
Okay. In the the U.S.
Yeah.
But they always had this sentiment with food and beverage that when they were approached with somebody trying to like guide them on a progression of like elevating a dish or a drink, they would always get defensive and be like, oh, what, like you're too good for Budweiser, you're too good for what we eat and drink. And I think that there's like an identity crisis with a lot of people in that, like, especially with wine, but wine and food together can be like a class status. And I think that causes people to get like locked in on what they know they like, and then get defensive about broadening their horizons.
Yeah, because it's it's an area of unknown, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, this is where I'm comfortable. This is what I'm
Yeah.
going to be. This is what I'm going to be doing. And it just...
Locks you in, kind of.
Yeah, and also it kind of inspires me to, see if I am bold enough to go anywhere and ask for a glass of white Zinfandel.
Yeah.
And see if I can actually
I mean,
find
let's see if it's on a list. Yeah. You'd have-
that
I mean,
might
I
be...
feel like
I
maybe
think-
not here in Chicago.
No, I think
Really?
I've seen. You can go to like a Wisconsin supper club,
See?
and like, because
Yeah,
I
see?
do enjoy the Wisconsin supper club, and they'll give you some white Zinfandel. if you
Yeah, see, I was
Now
like,
I
because
want
I
to know
hadn't
what she
thought
tastes
about
like.
it.
like a Jolly Rancher, like a watermelon Jolly
Yeah.
Rancher.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I actually.
Yeah,
I actually had white Zinfandel at one of my blind tastings for an exam, and
wow.
it was like a prestigious exam or whatever. But I get in my head a lot. I'm terrible at the blind tastings, and I wrote out the tasting note, and it checked out everything like white Zinfandel. And I thought to myself, there's no way they would pour a white Zinfandel on this tasting. And so I was like, I got to come up with something else. I was like, this is a cheap Merlot rosé from California. No, it was white Zinfandel. So
Should have got it.
I know.
I think that's kind of funny and fun,
Yeah.
actually. I'd be like, I was just like, I see your sense of humor and
Boone's
something
Farm.
that can feel very, prestigious and pressurized and just
But is
all,
it
all
not
of those
wine?
things, right?
No, it's wine. Yeah, it's
so
wine.
Yeah.
It would be in. I see why it would be in there. You got to know what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I just me personally, I just find it surprising.
I found it surprising too.
I'm just like a regular
as did
person
I.
in the corner. Like I don't know. I feel like I liked wine in college, but then when I started working in fine dining and I could no longer have beer because it makes my stomach hurt, I paid closer attention to wine. And then the first time I went, I came into a place that I worked and there was a wine pairing. I was like, sure, I'm going to do that with it. And that was the first time I understood that the thing that you're drinking with it as like an alcoholic beverage can sing along with the food, because I find it hard for me to drink anything that is alcoholic while I am eating food. I don't know why exactly, but it has to be like the perfect pairing. Because in my brain, a slice of pizza and a Coke, that sings to me, but I never experienced that until I started working in fine dining. And then I was like, okay, I get it.
Maybe a portion of that is the realization the realization that fine dining truly makes you appreciate the simpler things in life.
I guess.
I was
Yeah.
like,
I do like Taco Bell after a Michelin star dinner.
I mean,
I always think that's funny that the people that are preparing and serving some of the nicest food, the fanciest food and beverage are we are also a little skeezy when it comes to our food options.
Yes.
afterwards.
no, for sure. The wine director,
just a little greasy.
Yeah, the wine director at the time at L2O when I was there, as we, kind of, facilitated a friendship over time. It's just like, hey, let's just chill out and grab something to drink. And I just wanted a decent glass of wine. That's what I wanted after that long shift in service and all the things. I was just like, I'm not looking for anything crazy, but I'm not looking to be because I am the dude that would go to a dive bar and be like, do you have a Sauvignon Blanc?
Yeah, 110%. I've seen it.
Exactly. And it's just like, well, I'll take it in rocks glass because I'm not fancy. So I'm like, it's fine. I'm like, it's good.
Yeah, and if it doesn't taste that good, add some club soda on top. And
Exactly.
it's fine.
You know, I was just like, let's make it a spritz.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, it's gonna be great. And that is how I was introduced to DOC Wine Bar. Right. We would go there. It's great. It's whatever. But every single time that I was there with him, he's just like, I want a Bud Light. I want a Bud Light. And the bartender would be like, oh, okay, like, yeah, of course, like Bud Light, but did you want to like taste this? And he's like, no, man, like I'm just he's like I'm tapped out, and then also not wanting to think about like all of the things because it's so ingrained that you can't even taste it without thinking of all of the things that you know that you would associate with the taste. And he's just like, I don't know shit about Bud Light, dog.
Yeah.
He's like, give me as many Bud Lights as I can handle before you actually close.
Not gonna lie, I do like a Bud Light. Just put out Bud Light Lime, fuck me up.
Damn.
I really do like it.
You're like, I think it's quite refreshing.
I do.
That's great. You know, I have never had one,
And
but you know, I'm
it
down to
should
try.
be refreshing. That's what it should be.
I mean,
I'm not
could
trying to
you
be
imagine if
fancy.
it wasn't?
Yeah.
It's just like
Rude.
absolutely not. It's like,
Rude as hell.
you know, drinks like a stout. Like what?
Yeah.
Like
No,
come on now.
not every beverage needs to be thought provoking. Yeah.
Right. You know,
Yeah.
just needs to be enjoyed.
Yeah, sometimes we're tired.
Exactly. It's just
I drink kava then because beer also upsets my stomach. So I have like a beer occasionally, but it has to be the right setting. But then like
I have to be 30 minutes from my apartment. Straight up. Not gonna lie. The first and last time I had a Miller High Life at Sportsman's
I love it.
was the longest 40-minute lift of my life back to Rogers Park. I made it, but that was when I was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
oh no.
Yeah. So it's wine for me.
We love to have you. That's great. Again.
It's wine time, okay?
Wait,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
are we going to talk about what we're drinking at all? Or
We
are
can
not?
or we don't have to.
We don't have to?
can-
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I would like to know
Okay. So
what I was just enjoying.
yeah, because we
Because
should.
I'm curious.
I have no notes because I finished it.
That's fine. This is not a class. You
I
don't have
know,
to
but,
take
like-
notes. It's all right.
I want to learn.
Everybody relax.
Yeah. So I'll recap what we just tasted, and then I'll pull the next bottle too and present it, and then we can move
So
on
that
from
also
there.
so that
Perfect.
people can get like a snippet of like what you could learn.
Yeah.
Yes.
So these are all bottles. I went
And
down.
I
I
went
went.
splash more when we do this on like this one specifically that you were touching right now. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. It's,
Yeah.
it's
We
quite
need
lovely.
we need to refresh our memories from 30
Exactly.
seconds ago.
You know, I was just like, you know, I can't help what's going on over here. Okay, and it's
Just
gonna
a
be
little
great.
splash for me.
A splash for you.
Thank you.
So in your glasses is the Champagne Aubrey, and it's one of my favorite. I don't know how to say this. Like it's an approachable champagne, right? As far as champagnes go, it's on the lower cost side of it. It costs less than Veuve, and I think it has a lot more interesting things going on. It's two brothers out in France, out in Champagne, obviously. They grow the Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Meunier grapes, traditional to Champagne, and then they also dabble in some of the extra grapes that are allowed in, like Pinot Blanc and Pinot Gris and others, which you don't often see from other houses. So this particular one, I think, it's like less than 10% of the other grapes, but then the three major ones. And I like any champagne that has a decent shtook of Meunier in it. It gives it like a little bit more structure and like some deeper colored aromas and flavors going on, a little more muscle. I think it's delicious. And I think that this one is like a good middle of the road. It has that bracing acidity, green apple-ness to it, and then just hints of toast. And I don't think that it's not like overzealous on one side or the other with
Right.
either of those. It's a good middle of the road champagne for people.
So, quick funny story. There's a significant restaurant group here that was doing an open call years ago, right? And so the restaurant that it was for is no longer operational.
Rip.
And yes, and one of the owners asked me. He's just like, "Oh, what are the grapes and champagne?" And I told him, and then he had asked me what, how I would describe a Pinot Noir, and I was young and just wanted to have this kind of dynamic, descriptive nature, and I still see this man.
Out in the wild.
Yeah, I would never believe that he would equate me to be like that dude in front of him at that time. He asked me to explain a Pinot Noir, and I had ended the description, and I was just like, and it finishes like a ballerina tiptoeing across your palate.
Oh.
Yeah. And they did not call me back.
No?
They did not. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I was trying a little bit too hard. But the reason why I bring that up is because instead of following how people describe wine to you, take those references and take those nuances and explore it on your own. So therefore, like, when you're referencing these things, it's through your own language, but it's still hitting those markers.
What if you're me though?
Which all the wines that I chose today, the theme today is to try to have a lineup of wines that you don't hate.
Oh shit!
I say this almost every class, but I am. It's not that I don't like white wines. I'm just not a white wine bitch, and so like there's certain, and I don't know if it's like a certain grape or a certain like style, but there's sometimes I get baby sick, and I was told that I can't.
She means that as an aroma, not like she gets sick.
Oh god.
She's like I smell and taste baby sick.
Because I've had the pleasure of having a child throw up on my face and it get in my mouth a little bit.
So Nariba's really sensitive to ripeness of fruit and florals. She reads it as like basically rotting. And so we all have like sensitivities inside of us on our palate, and if you're just drinking wine, it really doesn't matter. You can call it whatever you want, right? You don't have to adjust your biases. But if you're selling wine and you're talking to people about wine, you do have to calculate for those biases inside you. So that's what we're working on slowly.
But what if I just like lean in like this and I'm like, listen, I think that you should tell me what you like about wine before I start opening my mouth. And sometimes I literally say things like that and they think it's funny and I'm like, cool, so I can be real with you. But if they don't, then I'm like, shit.
I'm gonna need
I need to know this information.
The roadmap.
Yeah.
Okay. And that will help me figure it out from there.
Yes.
It's gonna be great. Mm-hmm. So I love that.
Okay, so
what are we enjoying now?
What is in your glass is from Emile Bayer. It's an Alsatian Pinot Blanc. So we're still in France, still in a colder region. It's in northeastern France. I chose the region's better well known for its Riesling, Gewürztraminer, Pinot Gris production. And I feel like some wine people bash on Pinot Blanc. I love Pinot Blanc. I love a good made Pinot Blanc. I love an Alsatian or Alto Adige, any Alpine Pinot Blanc. Yeah. Some people are like, oh my gosh, it's so neutral. And I'm like, oh, but if it's in a spot that gets a lot of sunshine, the fruit gets some ripeness, but it's not overbearing like how some Pinot Gris can be. So I brought it. Let's see what
I really like this one.
You do? Okay.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Yay. It is a white.
Not wrong, but fair.
It definitely smells like kind of buttery.
It's that's how
But
you
not like butter, but like round. Yes.
Yeah.
It smells round.
Yeah.
And she's like swig because she's like round,
Yeah.
round, and I was like, I completely get that, and I also think that I was told in the past what's really interesting is that it almost speaks to like they used to tell me that it was like the integrity, but we're saying round, but round is part of the structure, right? And so that's what they were alluding to. They're like, so when you get those notes, think about the structure of the wine. And I was like, oh, interesting. I
Grapes
too
are
love a
round.
Pinot Blanc. So
Yes. It's a good grape. Yeah.
and also it's always really nice to be able to find options that are within a range of enjoyment. You know, it's just like instead of the same thing all the time, it's like this isn't going to push you too far out from another style, like let's just say like Pinot Grigio, right? Like I only drink Pinot Grigio, and it's like to me it's the best thing in the entire world, says someone.
Yeah.
I was about to be like, not you, bitch.
No, I was like, not I, but no tea, no shade, no judgment. But it's like Pinot Blanc was like you can still have that familiarity, but also still be educated on like those different newer elements as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I love it. I'm glad you like it.
I do. I do. Okay, so wait. We left off apprenticeship.
Apprenticeship. Yes.
Germany.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the next step?
Well,
Oh my god! Are you gonna say what
I suddenly came back here with one suitcase, and
Yep.
She was like divorced.
yes.
Like,
So, we got divorced. I came back here, and honestly, it happened the other way around. But like, whatever. And then, I mean, we're around Chicago, so I started working in wine bars and restaurants here.
And quick note, so Kelly and I had a lovely meeting, and just as we were getting to know one another, there was no way in hell that we had not known
Or cross paths.
There's no way.
There's a
no way, 'cause
reason
it has
why
been driving me insane.
you're
ever
described as
since
that
you're
industry
at
guy. Just saying.
What's that?
There's a reason that you're described as the industry guy.
Yeah, I guess. But,
Yeah.
you know.
You be knowing people.
But also it's just very specific though. Like
Yeah, we worked in the same neighborhood
Yes.
at the same years.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
like
damn.
I did go to DOC Wine Bar after a shift.
Yeah.
Like occasionally, and yeah, I don't know. But by then I'd be overstimulated and quiet.
Chicago
and,
is big,
you know.
big,
That's
small.
fair.
You know.
That is fair. That's fair.
It is big, small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I also sidebar. That's still very much in line here. Ran into a young lady who knew me from DOC Wine Bar, and she worked at Hopcat at the time across the street, and I'm walking past Bisu, which is a bar here in the West Loop, and she and her friend are like knocking on the window as I walk past, and I was just like, oh my god! I was like, I haven't seen you since X amount of time, and I go in there and we're chatting for a little bit, and she was just like, oh, Justin, it's me, Jenny Gold. And I was just like, you're the only person that I know in recent memory that uses your full name. And also it doesn't make sense if you don't. You know,
Yeah.
I was just like, yes. And she would come in very similar at the top of the bar, decompress after her shift, because what are closing times? You know?
Listen, that is a boundary that I have firmly kept in place.
Oh, no, but also this was years ago where I had more energy.
Fair.
So it's just like it's very different. But the reason why I bring it up, it's like because you never know who you're interacting with, who you're serving, who you're building this rapport with.
True.
Because it doesn't have to be this over the top interaction every single time. I mean, there is a value in stillness while also being out. Just like, I just want to take a moment to enjoy one of these, 3 of these, responsibly. And then
You sound like an ad.
I'm just mentioning the things that people should be mindful of.
Fair.
I love finding peace in a busy bar. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Like the busy noise. That's when I can read the best. That's when I study the best for my exams.
If you can read a book in a busy bar, that is phenomenal. I don't believe that I can do that any longer, but I used to love doing that.
Yeah.
I used to absolutely love doing that. But I mean, maybe that is just transition for me into just being my damn laptop and just working.
Yeah, you're always
just
working.
Like the whole thing just, it just becomes like this whirlwind that I'm just
You're
like within, like I'm at peace with it.
You're in the middle of the storm, dude.
And so it's
that's why I love that movie, Twister.
Oh, I went Perfect Storm, babe.
I mean, yes. Yes.
I was like, same but different.
But you didn't watch the second one, right? The remake?
Oh, I sure did.
What do you think?
I thought you said you weren't going to do it.
I didn't.
Well, don't tell me. I haven't watched it because you said you weren't going to watch it, so I didn't want to watch it because you were like, I thought you were being a purist.
I did say that I was being a purist, but I did say that you were correct.
Betrayed.
I apologize.
I want to watch it tonight.
But I feel free, and I can't answer your question until
That's fine.
until we're
That's fine.
off mic. Yeah. I was just like, I'm.
For the
I'm
record,
curious.
that movie's been out for like a couple of years, I think, right?
Like two,
a couple. Yeah. It's
Yeah, I mean, I was actively
honestly,
avoiding
the last 3
it
years have been the
because
same.
because again, I am a purist and I don't want you messing with my memories.
Should I
Here's
watch the first one
another
first?
here's another theory of mine. I texted my friend the other night and I was like, are we gonna, or is the future going to look back at this point in time as
Oh my god.
as like we were all just craving so much nostalgia and in our cinema
yeah.
it is all remakes and all sequels because we're so overstressed that we can't like handle a new plot line. We have to seek
overstimulated.
we're seeking comfort in our cinema more so than like thought-provoking stuff.
I don't think that's a theory.
That's like,
I think that's a fact.
Obviously, there's obviously exceptional movies being made, but like, I think that there are a lot. I don't know. Maybe I sound like an old person. I feel like there are a lot of sequels. They're making all remakes now.
110%. Everything is a fucking
I recently rewatched Titanic like it just came out. Like all of the emotions came back. I was shocked when they ran into that glacier. Like truly shocked. Like I had
spoiler alert. Spoiler
Sorry. Spoiler alert.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
The
Listen.
Titanic went down on April 15th. That's my birthday.
Fun. That is a fun fact.
I was like, yeah.
I mean,
Nariba, I
feel
feel like it
anything
was
I
April 12th.
That was when it left its harbor for the journey.
Really?
Yes.
It's only 3 days.
It only made it 3 days.
Jack and Rose fell like that deeply in love in 3 days.
That's what I'm fucking
don't
saying, dude.
Don't get me started on that. I was just like, there's just two.
First of all, he's a
there's
child.
there's two-
Secondly,
We're getting way off topic here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're entirely fine. But also, you are so spot on. You're so spot on because, truthfully, I feel like people within our generation, age range, we whether it's Hollywood pushing it out, whether it's like we're just seeking it out.
I think the call is coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
The
Wait,
call
I can.
is coming from inside the house. Absolutely.
So I can actually tie this back into our topic. So now, like, we as a people right now are seeking comfort and seeking the known as opposed to the unknowable. So as we are serving them wine and food, we need to guide them along that journey very carefully and conscientiously. So like, that's how we take someone from a Pinot Grigio to a Pinot Blanc, because it's a nice little safe step of something that they know and can pronounce, and it's not like too big of an unknown.
Sherpas.
Exactly, and the whole thing.
That's why we were talking about
yes,
that.
Exactly,
actually.
and also it's it's just the pivot of the rudder
Yeah.
that happened to be too small for too large of a boat.
Oh my God.
So I'm just
You know
saying,
what?
it's
I can't
not-
say
it's
shit.
not that
I
far,
spent the last two
but
episodes
but it makes
talking
a
about
massive
fourth
difference.
wings,
That's
so.
all I'm saying. Yeah, that's true. I still don't know what the hell that is, but we'll
It's okay.
talk
So
about
I was
it.
going to say, like, right now, I'm not like, I can't watch anything or like partake in anything that is real. I need it to be like potato chips for the brain.
That's
so
fair.
like, I can't even read the romance novels that I usually read. Right now, I'm emotionally like in fantasy world. Like, give me a talking mythological creature and 3 riddles that I need to solve. Like, that's where I'm at. I don't want to like learn anything or like be exposed to new things right now as I'm about to drink a wine that I don't understand, probably.
No, but this is going to be a safe
learning.
and
But
nice step for you.
Road mapping.
Because
I do like a red.
Because I've curated this.
So I don't
you
say
in
baby
mind.
sick on the mic.
Yes.
That's fair.
Well, I can't I can't name the wine that we're pouring in the glass and
Yes.
then have you say, "Oh, this tastes like baby
fair
sick."
enough. Fair enough. That's real.
In our glass, we're moving on to red.
Oh, I like the smell.
I pulled this because I think it's a good step for people who are looking to branch off from Pinot Noir or like high acid reds. It is from Tomasi and it's a Valpolicella Classico. Valpolicella is super cool and interesting, and it runs the gamut of ripeness and styles. They make it from a blend of Italian grapes, mostly Corvina and Rondinella, and the one that we're drinking is like the standard red wine, nice bright fruit, what have you. There's a version.
glass of this every day.
Yeah,
I would
Yeah.
drink a glass of this every day.
it's great. Yeah. A lot of people are familiar with Amarone della Valpolicella. It's like that's like a big boozy version of this, made from the same grapes, but they let the grapes dry out, so everything gets concentrated, including the alcohol, like and the aromas and sugars and all of it. And it's just bigger. It's like big and heavy, but dry, but really ripe. It's kind of cool. And then in the middle is what I think is the prettiest of the Valpolicellas is Ripasso, where they take the grapes that they used for Amarone and they dunk it in a tank of like this Valpolicella. So you get like
correct.
this brightness and then like also some of the purple fruits and stuff. It's really cool. If any of your listeners want to explore a cool wine of northern Italy, start tasting through some Valpolicellas. It's a fun little thing.
So, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Does this contain Sangiovese?
No.
It does not.
No.
So, and the reason why I'm asking,
I have no idea what's happening right now, but I like it. Continue.
oh yeah, no,
Is that a grape?
Yeah,
okay.
yes. So like Sangiovese is a very
Yes.
famous Italian grape, typically grown in Tuscany. Valpolicella is made from Corvina, Rondinella, and Molinera.
yes, and so, I was curious because for the longest time, through my wine education, people would say that any blend in Italy has to contain a like some element of Sangiovese because it grows like wildfire there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, so that's why I ask, because
It's
some
like-
people are
yeah.
gonna listen and be like, well, it also has to have like Sangiovese. And it's like, well, I don't know if that's true any longer.
I think
Like,
a better way. I think a better way to phrase that is Sangiovese is so prevalent and widespread in Italy, and then especially maybe decades ago,
Yeah.
it probably ended up in some fields
Right.
where it wasn't initially planted, and that's fine. The official grapes in this
Yes.
wine, though,
Yeah.
are Corvino, Montinella, and Molinara.
Perfect. Yeah.
A DL
And I feel like
grape,
people
if you
are
will.
going to listen to this and be like, well,
Listen,
You-
there's,
you know how
yeah,
the
there's no
wine-
absolutes. There's literally
yes,
no
right,
absolutes,
you
right?
know, yeah.
I don't know. Every time I say something of like this wine is made really only in this way, then I always have a caveat where it's like there's also some probably like niche abstract winemaker who's doing something weird and doing it differently. So
yeah.
whatever. But there's no official Sangiovese.
Well, this to me tastes like very approachable, like
Yes.
sophistication.
This feels like a
you
Thursday
said.
wine.
Yeah, like exactly,
Like a Thursday.
yeah, like this is something.
We're getting closer to the weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but what is
Yeah.
a weekend wine though? Like,
I'm betting that we are going to find out.
well, I mean,
No, I mean that depends on you. So it's not like we should. There's obviously more settings than just days of the week.
yes,
right.
But like,
This wine is the type of wine you want to open up when you start cooking dinner.
yes,
Right?
yes, it feels like
yeah, and it might spill into the food that
Perfect.
you're making.
Perfect.
okay, that's
but
one
it
thing.
wasn't intended to be in the food that you were making.
That's
It's
one
just
thing
a
that I'm
part of
skeptical
making it.
about, though, is because people are like table wine in recipes, right? But I'm like, some table wines are like not the best.
I will say the U.S. concept of table wine is wildly different than the concept of table wine
Yes,
in Europe.
correct.
right?
Exactly.
Like,
Absolutely.
their table wine in Europe is like the bottle of wine that they got from over there.
Yes.
Right? Like
Right.
it didn't have to travel.
No.
It didn't need a preservatives. And it's made without like a strong sense of place,
Yes.
but it's still a perfectly good wine.
Yeah.
In the US it's different, especially in Chicago, because we're not close to the means of production. And then even when you are close to the means of production, like in Napa, nobody's buying land in Napa to make table wine.
Exactly.
Right. So it's just a different system here. But
I will not lie though. The other day I wanted to make like a beef stew for dinner, and I forgot that I had a like natural red wine in the fridge for like 2 weeks. No, I thought I put it in the fridge. Yeah, I thought I put it in the fridge, but I hadn't. One, it was open. I forgot that it existed because I was like, I want to save this for like the next day. Never got to it. And I was like, damn, the only thing that I have that is open and good right now is a Lambrusco.
you like Lambrusco.
I know, but I put it, but I was like, am I allowed to put this in the stew? Like, am I allowed to use?
Yeah.
I don't know if it like changed the like, I feel like it changed the mouthfeel of the stew. It wasn't bad, but it was like, okay, like I understand a little bit more about like the science of putting a lightly or a carbonated like beverage instead of a still, because beef stew with stout
Lambrusco
tastes different.
Is very berry forward.
It was,
to me.
and it felt a little sweeter
Exactly.
overall
So
in the
that-
stew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
could have
for
kicked
sure.
up the spice a little bit. to
I could
offset
have,
it.
but
Yeah.
it was the first. I wanted to make like a very American, like
Americans don't do
stew.
spice, yeah.
I know, I understand that, but like,
Yeah.
I also realized in that moment that I had never made a stew altogether. I'd only ever done them in like a fine dining setting where you make all of the components separately and then we put it together on the pickup. So it was the first, I was like, why am I like looking at recipes while I'm doing this? Because it was so different than every stew I'd ever made working.
Right. Well, and so I just want to circle back briefly to touch base on table wine, right? And so one of my favorite things to have in the entire world, I will never, ever turn down a pour of it, is chocolate, right? So
What
a
dat?
glass of chocolate from the Basque region in Spain. It's so that is their table wine. Okay, so slight effervescence. You have, similar notes of apple, pear, little bit of peach, but again, the dryness of the effervescence like really balances it out so nicely, and also the ABV that it typically like comes in around. Like it's just nice.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
A fun wine.
Yeah, and so I think that when there is this natural disconnect about table wine, because in America everything is so branded and very specific, and when you have a style that is across multiple different producers, it's just like, well, I don't know. But on the opposite side, I will say that there was a significant push, and I don't know where the hell it came from. And this is when I was actively in at DOC and going to tastings and so on and so forth. People would be like, "Oh, I'm just looking for a sweet red," and it
What the
drove
fuck?
us. It drove us.
That was
It
disrespectful.
drove us through the roof, right? Because no one knew. Yeah,
My bad.
no, you're
Then
fine.
you have to give them a Zinfandel, and then you have to like talk them through it. Like,
and that's what we did. And one day I happened to be at Whole Foods, and there was all of these cases stacked up, and it was $6.99, and what it said was sweet red wine, and I was like,
Was it
what
cupcake?
I have no idea.
Cupcake was
It
a
didn't-
time.
Yeah, I just
cupcake
Yeah,
or
it's-
apothic.
yeah, like
something.
it's just really interesting how something of diverse quality across, a region versus something to where it's like there's no education behind it. It's just those three words where it's like, oh, well, anywhere I go, like they're gonna know what I mean. It's just like, what, like
I would have poured a
sweetness and
vermouth.
sugar.
Right. So that's
Yeah,
but,
right.
but what you just said of like there's a lack of education and people are like, oh well, wherever I go they're going to understand what I mean.
Right.
That's exactly why I do what I do. So that's that's
Yeah.
my passion
Yes.
point
Yeah.
in this is to try to arm
Full circle, look at
consumers.
us.
Full circle. Here we come
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
I want to arm consumers with the just enough of like the words and education that they want to be able to go anywhere and use the terminology to order a glass of wine off the list or a bottle of wine off the list, and then be confident that it will be maybe something they haven't tried before, maybe something that they wouldn't usually pick out on their own, but it will be something in their wheelhouse palate wise.
Right.
Yeah, that's literally why I do what I do.
Yeah.
And I just want to say for anyone listening, sweetness, like a lot of, and any wine bar that you walk into in Chicago will often not have a sweet red wine on the list, right? When people are asking for sweet wines, they are usually talking about the ripeness of fruit. And that's always like a difficult thing to figure out with what the consumer's like actually looking for, because what I get a lot is people will say, oh, I don't like sweet whites, and what they mean is they don't want like the ripe peachy fruit, right? None of the wines on the list have any residual sugar left in them, right? But depending on where the grapes are grown and what grape it is, the aromas and flavors will seem like a juicy ripe peach versus like a grapefruit, right?
I pay attention.
I know. I'm just.
She's a great student.
Also,
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
know.
saying,
I'm just looking over
watching you talk about wine, I was like, is this who you are? Because I only know you in like Bico terms of service capacity.
Yeah.
Like in
Yeah,
my
just-
mind,
it's
this
just-
is your job.
Well, it's just fair. Well, it's just me walking around knowing a little bit about wine with my transition lenses. You know,
There's a lot you don't know about him.
I am learning a lot all
He
the
is
time.
a man of mystery.
you know,
all the
it's just
time.
like, especially when I'm outside in the sun, because the.
Oh yeah, the
transition
mystery.
lenses-
Yeah, we get it.
Oh, wow.
I was like, it hasn't hit. I was like, it hasn't hit my girl yet. So I was like, it's coming. I was like, it's on its way
That was the most silent second of this podcast.
for sure. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna have to handle that. So it's fine. By the way, this is delightful.
This is
and
delightful.
No, I mean this is delightful. I haven't even gotten into this glass yet.
Oh no, I meant that's what I was saying. I was like,
okay,
I
well-
was co-signing.
I was like, you know what?
Pop off.
That's it.
Yeah, I'll hang out with you guys on a Sunday.
Yeah, I was like,
is
this,
nice, actually.
I was like, this. Now I have to get in the glass.
At first, I was
Because-
nervous because I was like, last time we did the number of recordings on the same day, I was so tie. But I
look
went
at
to
this.
sleep before 10:30 last night.
Did you finish your recordings last time with 4 glasses of wine?
No,
Okay.
but we did drink in one of the earlier recordings that day.
Yeah, we drank in the.
And
I
it was-
think we drank in all. Well, we
It was
drank in
liquor.
we drank in the first one, and then the second one was spirit free, and then the last one was spirited.
Yeah.
So, sometimes I think that like wine, there is a certain level of consumption of wine that does give you energy that perks you up a little bit. I understand that like
Excuse me, I can agree.
right like
I can
that.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel lovely, and also
She's
I'm not going to talk about this because there's so many things that come to mind. One, this is absolutely delicious, and
Yeah, it's a cool wine.
this,
Yeah, it's a cool wine.
Like, I could easily enjoy like 3 glasses of this throughout like an evening,
It is
and
juicy.
just and like truly savor it. And also, I love the notes of like tobacco, like it's
Yes.
terroir driven. Yeah, I'm
It's
not.
got a lot going on.
exactly,
No,
it's
no,
a
no,
lot
it's got a lot
going
going
on.
on.
It's
Yeah, it's
like
amazing.
dark currant, like
Yeah,
it's good. It's very good.
little white pepper in here. Yes, ma'am.
If anybody is listening to this podcast and knows me, it is one of the most predictable things for Kelly to do to serve Chateau Moussard at a tasting. So
This is mousse because it's from Lebanon.
yes.
Exactly.
So
I know nothing except I like it a lot. Factually.
So Chateau Moussard is a winery out in Lebanon. They started around 1930, and their whole mission. And if I like, cry,
Oh, the tobacco just hit me.
it's lovely,
Wow,
right?
wow. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their whole mission has been to offer something up to the world that's from Lebanon that is beautiful and not filled with war, right? So it's so that so that the world can know something from Lebanon that is not political strife.
Yes, and
so-
not acquired, but produced.
Yeah.
Yes, as
Damn.
diplomatic as.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make some weird wines. Like their reds and their whites, like of their traditional line, requires a lot of aging before release to the market, and it requires a lot of knowledge of the people pouring it and selling it to be able to communicate that experience to the customer. Because if they stumble into it, they're not going to like it. And
How could they not? It is
so
beautiful.
this line is the Oshar Parenfi, which is a separate line that's slightly younger, made in a slightly more approachable way, but it still has really robust tannins and ageability. But some of their, especially their whites, they age, like you can do vertical tastings with Moussard dating back to like the 80s or earlier.
Damn.
Their cellar is just filled with these cobweb covered bottles, and the cobwebs they like want because as the cobwebs cover the where the cork sits, it seals it off completely from like any
oxygen.
Not oxygen, any bacteria.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like safer that way. They make a lot of cool stuff. They have a cult following and
super random thing. So for those that may be unaware, when you reference bacteria in regards to wine, there are different elements of it, but there are also specific bacteria to where winemakers are looking to produce, right? And that would be like Brettanomyces or something like that, which I don't want to say is a bacteria. However, it's like it's a byproduct or something like that. I just wanted to ask about that.
Yeah, you want to talk about wine faults? Brettanomyces is a famous bacteria or wine fault. Some wines, if you get like a really barnyardy type aroma from it, or the French call it mouse because it smells or tastes like a dead mouse has been trapped in the tank. That's Brett. There is a
few different ways to,
I wouldn't say that it's something that a lot of people, especially in today's tasting world, like seek out. But if it does happen, there is an amount that some wines can tolerate without it being a fault, right? There's a threshold to it, right?
Like a Cab Franc situation where it's like barnyardy or like.
Yeah, so like there's you can get it like classically, you get it a lot in some Bordeaux, right?
Okay.
Like you'll get that like barnyardy aroma, which like they use Cabernet Franc there too. But it's not, I wouldn't say that it's like something that you seek out. It's like it's a product. It would be a product of like part of winemaking is the sense of place not only comes from the soil where the grapes are grown, but there's also a sense of place within the winery, right? So whatever bacteria and yeast is naturally just cultivating in the winery, in the tanks, in the air, that's going to affect the wine, and that's why wines can be so unique, right? There's
makes sense.
Yeah, like especially in Spain, they will use a layer of yeast and bacteria to like seal off the wine from oxygen in sherry production, but also in some white wine production. And sometimes producers, like you hear stories of like producers trying to take the same wine or take the same cuttings from these producers and grow them in Argentina or Chile and try to recreate the same thing. It's not the same because it's not the same setting. It's not the same strain of bacteria and yeast that's just existing in the winery. And that you only get from like hundreds of years. Like it's,
you can't just replicate that.
No, you can't just.
No, and the reason why I was asking about it is because if a winemaker pours you a glass of wine and you say, "Oh my gosh, this has so much Brett in it," they're not going to enjoy you saying that. So so it's not it's not like a characteristic that is often sought out, but it does happen, and it can be like adding to the character if every other factor is good.
Ideal.
Yeah.
Right. And again, the reason why I brought that up is because I haven't heard anything in regards to what we had just spoken about for so long, and obviously working at a wine bar, you're interfacing with, all of your customers that, are, they're going to tell you about how they're looking for this white wine that they were enjoying in Cyprus, and they're overlooking this, and I was just like, well, you are on Clark Street in Lincoln Park in Chicago, Illinois. So like we're going to focus on a flavor profile while also being mindful of time and place.
Yeah, you're not on vacation. I'm sorry. Like, it's not going to taste as good.
Sorry, okay. I was like, the place that you pay your mortgage at is like right around the corner. Like, you know this. And like Cyprus.
You got all your responsibilities here.
Sorry. It's just like, and it's going to taste different.
Yeah.
So just so you know.
I do think actually another theory. These are not conspiracy theories, just for the record.
No.
But just like
Just
another
a
theory is that like a lot of great wine growing regions are closer to the ocean than we are. And I think that when I know that when you're in a humid environment, you can smell and taste better. And so you're going to be able to smell and taste better where you've been
just
like
clearer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It can get dry here sometimes.
Listen, all I'm saying is that I am not the one talking shit about America.
I'm not. No.
I know. I'm just being sassy. I'm getting a little tie-tie, so I'm like...
I love, for the record, I fucking love the Midwest. Okay, I will romanticize the Midwest every single day. I love Midwesterners.
But do not get it twisted. She will leave you.
Yeah. But I generally I tend to have the habit of coming back. So you just have to wait it out.
Just like, I will take the pause.
Yeah. I generally have the habit of coming back. Yeah.
For sure. I love
So
that.
you came back here, you started working in wine bars, but how
Yes.
did you end up with your current vocation?
Yeah, I had a great mentor. Really fortunate to have had a good mentor, because like it's not guaranteed in the industry, right? But that makes a huge difference. Mm-hmm. And he really takes responsibility for his employees' growth.
Okay.
And he also made it a point to be bringing in other people in the wine industry that are just good people and just very admirable. And I didn't actually, like, I don't have these strong relationships with these people, but watching them do what they do, and a lot of them were women. I was just in awe of them. I went years ago. It was like 2019, pre-pandemic. I went to Pinot in the City, and I listened to this woman give a presentation, a seminar.
This is the most red wine I've ever seen Justin drink, by the way.
Awesome.
This is absolutely fire.
Chateau Massard for the win.
I just like never seen him. When we go out, he does not order a red wine. Mm-hmm. So like, this is shocking. I think JoJo would also agree.
Okay.
We got nods. We got nods all around.
Like,
yeah.
We have nods out here. I
don't even know who you are. You're talking about wine all fancy schmancy,
hold on.
drinking not a rosé.
I have this effect on people. They just start talking.
It's just like I'm comfortable, and also I
like it.
Yeah, but I'm all like because I guess we can always allude to like drinking culture, right? Like everyone has like their own drinking culture. Oh, yeah. And
if I order a tequila soda and lime,
it's time to get you out of here.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Blackout order.
She said that. Cancel it. I got it. We're leaving.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
No one's home. I think that tequila, because it's clear, not alcohol. It's time for me to go home.
Yeah. She meant to say water.
Yeah, I meant to say water.
Yeah, but it's fine.
She'll have a water soda, please.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Over a King
Tito's
Ice
vodka.
Cube.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you so very much. It's just really having a foundation of it. I'm just gonna take it back to curiosity and be like, okay, this sounds like something that I know that I would enjoy, but it's slightly different than what I would normally go for. But I am familiar with Chateau Musar. So it's just like, oh, okay, natural point of interest, tasting it, listening to you talk about it, which, by the way, I want to give you a very direct shout out at the moment, because the way that you speak about wine is brilliant.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, guys.
brilliant. And it's not because there is a foundation here, that there's a background here. It's the reality of like, I have seen people that have tried their hardest to bring down the spectrum and the stigma of wine education, and you can just feel them trying every single step of the way.
I'm literally tearing up as you're talking to her about this.
Yeah, because it's literally like it feels like you're just speaking to us.
It feels approachable and relatable, and I don't feel like a fucking idiot when I talk. So that's nice. Yeah.
Thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Like,
That's so
can't believe I
lovely
am
of you to
actually
say.
crying.
Oh my God! No.
Get away from me!
I know.
Stop.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to console you from afar.
I don't need it.
Okay, fine.
Just
Cry
let
on.
me- Yes, thank you.
Cry on.
But like, don't we fucking deserve it though? Like, like that's like the
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, don't we deserve to have the space and the opportunity and the access to see if we enjoy these things, right? And if we
Right.
do, then like continue enjoying them,
Yeah.
right? Like
Right.
that's
Yeah.
that's
Well,
what,
it's a
that's what life is
testament-
about.
Well, and
Like-
also, like, it's a testament to, you know, your mentor, and like how, like, you know, and it's really beautiful, and you know, it's
Approachable.
just an organic presentation.
Yes.
Like, it's you. Like, it just feels like you.
Yeah.
Just great.
Thanks.
Co-signing.
I'm gonna shout out to Morgan Gabrielson. You've made me who I am.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah. No, it's cool. And then like, I don't know. I got exposed to like these ladies who were, their whole thing was wine education. Like, there was one woman that I met. She worked for Champagne Ruinard, and it was just her responsibility to go. It wasn't only her only responsibility. Like she was a
doing other
hustler.
stuff.
She's doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But my exposure to her was that she was
She's
like,
"Excuse
go.
me."
She would go to different markets and teach about this champagne house, and then like also go there and visit and order champagne. And I was like, wait, that's like a job? Like that's like we can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a very significant,
And
well-paying job, which is
yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
And wine is a product that does require some education, especially in the Midwest when we removed from the production of it. And yeah, I don't know. That's what I am passionate about. I think to tie it back to how I feel like my parents
this
and
wine has got her doing like our job.
I know.
For us.
Yeah. I'm just sitting here listening.
I listen. No, I'm good at tangents, and I
like
will
it.
circle back.
You're like, let's put a pin in that. Great.
Yeah, I know. I can pull it back, but the like how I feel like our parents' generation has that defensive like, oh, what, you're too good for this, like whatever we're drinking, whatever we've locked into.
For some hooch.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I've internalized, the way that I've internalized that is like, no, actually, you are deserving of being exposed to all of these beautiful things that I've found,
And
right?
even
Like,
if you love that one thing, you can still love that
yeah,
one
it's always
thing.
there. You can go back
Absolutely.
to it.
Like, explore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't, like, however much you want to explore, my other big love in life is weightlifting.
I
Yes.
was hoping you would bring this up.
Yeah.
You were
Because when you started following me, I was like, I did not know this about you. But
Yeah.
also, it makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, you can just, because I'm just so jacked. Or,
Well, yes, but also like the way that you move makes you move like an athlete.
Oh my God. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and
Nobody's ever said that before.
But I didn't want to be like, what sports do you play? You know, kind of thing.
For the record, the only person who's ever commented about if I work out is my manicurist when they see my calluses on my hand. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, I
That's
did
hilarious.
tennis.
Yeah. It's like,
And I did-
what's going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like tennis and softball and rugby. And so like I feel and dance. So I like pay attention to the
You
way
move
that
well.
people
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
And so I noticed from like even before I started taking the class with you, the couple of times I saw you like in there walking around, I was like, sports.
Oh,
But I
that's-
didn't know what sports. And I'm like trying to mind my business. But then you followed me. And I was like, yes.
That's so nice. Thank you.
I went on the deepest dive.
Oh boy.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. There's nothing bad on there.
But no. But like, I don't know. I have no core body strength. And I know people are like, but you played rugby. I'm like, yeah, I also stopped playing rugby because I developed sciatica. Because I put on so much mass so quickly that like I had to stop playing. So like I always am very envious of people who have like a core strength that I will never know. So yeah. But continue about what
You're
you were
very
saying
sweet.
before.
Thank you.
before
I'm so flattered. I'm blushing. But
You're like,
the
I had
reason
tears and I'm blushing. Just
Yeah.
like, what is this place?
it's a good place. It's a good place. The reason I brought it up though is because though my two interests come in conflict with one another, because like drinking and
I know.
like competing and weightlifting is hard, but there are things that overlap and that I pull from one to help the other. One of them is like in weightlifting. I do Olympic weightlifting, which has like the lifts are somewhat complicated. So you have to create a progression when you teach someone it, right? So you can't just start them off doing a snatch. You have to teach them what an overhead squat is first and like a snatch pull. And then you connect it all together. And that's literally what I do with people with wine, right? Like I create a progression for them like with the wines that they're exploring. And another thing that I've pulled from the sport is I did used to coach for a little bit, and this, I don't know, it was probably online, but I had like this coach, I really internalized it. He had said it's his job as a coach to meet each individual athlete where they are plus 1%.
Okay.
So not everybody's a diehard. Some people are going in casually, right? And you have to meet that person casually, plus a little more to push them. And then you have to meet the diehards where they are, plus a little more to push them, right? Like you have to figure out where people are and then push them a little bit out of their comfort zone.
Okay.
And I try to do that in wine as well. Those are like the two things that I pull from the sport that I find to be helpful.
Respect. You don't understand sport analogies.
I don't think those are I mean, you can.
I was just like, I was like, let me do this real
Okay.
quick.
I'm gonna let you cook.
Yeah.
Let her cook.
Let her cook, babe. So it reminds me of when for the longest time, I like in high school, like I ran track, like that was a thing.
You ran track?
Yes, I ran
What
track.
the fuck?
You're learning so much about him today.
I know.
I know. I was just like,
Did you know that?
Yeah, I
Okay,
was like,
cool.
I wasn't. Yeah,
I mean,
was
that
just
makes
like-
He does
yeah.
have long legs.
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't always just sitting in front of my laptop. You know, that came later, but I lost my interest in that sport and that, you know, that discipline, right?
Mhm.
And so, and I tried my best to get myself back to it because it truly affected multiple elements of my life. So I started this, like, you know, I'm not going to say what it is, but this individualized, you know, like running program. And, you know, there's, you know, coach runs and like things like that. And, you know, it's strange to say it out loud, but it's it's so empowering to have someone in your ear, not only meeting you where you're at, but then also just pushing you just enough so once you're done, you're impressed with yourself.
Yeah, everybody's craving that challenge, but not enough to be super intimidated or like not return to it, right?
Yeah, because it's like once you present all of it, it can feel so overwhelming, right? But it's just like, but once you're in it and you're committed to doing it, it's just like, okay, we're moving more. We're doing this a little bit longer. You're worth the effort. This is what waits. Like all of those things transcends everything else because you're like, yeah, I'm gonna take that push and I'm gonna go a little bit further in another aspect of my life. Or I'm gonna go ahead and, be the support to push someone else that I care for that, just needs a little bit of motivation. Welcome the motivation, obviously, but that's where like my mind went as you were speaking, and that's incredible.
Yeah, that's why it's good to be well-rounded. Like
True that.
we all need our
Like
different.
a Pinot Blanc.
Yeah, look at us coming circling back.
Circling back because you know what? It's a rounded conversation. Let's go.
We got our act together.
Yes, we did.
This is so nice.
Yes. Well, we're coming up on time. And before we start wrapping up, how was your time with us?
Oh, it was amazing. I really enjoyed this.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so flattered I was invited on, and I really enjoyed my time with you.
It was literally one class, and I was like, I texted them, and I was like, listen, I just did this thing, and I think that this person would be very good for the podcast. And Justin was like, all right, like, get the information. And I was a grown-up, and I did.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was a grown up and I was ready. I had my information on a card. I was like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, you're like, and I was also ready. So
Yeah.
it was great.
I'd be forgetting sometimes
No.
that I am a grown-up.
You did great. It's
Yeah.
amazing. So, and how do the people find you and keep
And
up
also,
with
if you
all of
have
the
like
things?
any events and stuff coming up that you want to like put out there.
Yeah. When do you guys publish this?
So this is going to be dropping late April. So it's going to be post our event. So anything like May,
I don't.
summer,
Yeah.
great.
I
You're like,
don't. I don't even know. Yeah. No.
You're like, that one's good.
Why don't instead of me listing events, you can follow me on Instagram at the Pro Wino. So TheProwino. It's the same on Eventbrite. A lot of people follow me on there to see what's happening. Yeah, I'm terrible at marketing and social media. I feel like I'm better in person.
Same.
So if you come to an event, you might enjoy me, but
Or just like listen to this podcast and then like look her up and see when her class is and then take it. It's casual. Don't worry about it.
It's made. Yeah, I do fun classes for the public. I do public focused classes. So if you're not in the industry, it's
Is
fine.
that no som allowed?
Yeah, so I
Soms
did.
allowed?
It's called No Soms Allowed. I'm the only som allowed. But that's my little joke I say at the beginning of every class, and it gets a cheesy chuckle.
You're like a little icebreaker.
Yeah, it's fun. It can range from like very theory heavy topics like different regions, or yesterday we did a really fun one of like a dumpling and wine pairing class.
So cool.
Yeah. And
So cool.
and anyways, come look me up.
Yeah. You're like, okay.
Yes.
Great. Well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Instructions.
Yeah. Well.
You got to do them.
And I'm a little bit sad because this was lovely, and it felt great.
Yeah.
Like it felt so transparent and like authentic and just sincere. So I was like,
Organic.
organic,
I will be
Not to
asleep by
confused
8
with
p.m. though. Not gonna lie.
I was like, I am hoping to do the same, but we shall see.
You need to sleep like a normal person. I'm just putting that out there.
I'm working on it.
Okay, cool.
I'm working on it. And so, as always, shout out to the homies and partners at Blind Barber for hosting this necessary conversation. Also, I feel as if I don't give enough credit and appreciation to the entire crew that puts all of this on, right?
Woo-hoo.
So shout out to you, JoJo. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, JoJo,
Max,
thank you.
everything that you do. Marcus, thank
Yes.
you so very much.
Right into the
That's it. I was
microphone.
like,
Sorry, Marcus.
It's great. No, it's entirely fine.
He's gonna
Yeah.
edit it. Don't worry about it.
Or he may not.
I'm
but,
on an individual.
No, he's
Will you
gonna
keep my-
edit-
Ah!
no,
Why
it's
do you
gonna be
keep
in-
it-
It's gonna be in
not-
the editing notes. But
Burp
anyhow,
erasure
but
is real.
anyhow, you can find me on Instagram at.
Yeah, what's your Instagram?
Shit. Hold on.
This. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, so Marcus, cut this. Cut this. Okay. And I am just known at Graham, and you can find me on Instagram at thisisbiko. But in addition to that, we are doing our absolute best to facilitate all of the support so we are able to come and do more like public activations with our community, right?
Yeah.
So follow us at Terms of Service Podcast on Instagram. Also like, subscribe, share Terms of Service Podcast on YouTube. Review, like it, comment, all of the things, and we can't wait to see you soon. And Nariba,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna throw in a little extra something this time. Like,
sauce.
could y'all tell us if you actually want us to have a video component? Because the last 2 episodes, people have suggested this, and I just want to not exist. I don't want to be perceived. But like, if y'all say that's a thing, then we'll look into it, I guess.
But we do video components with live episodes.
I know, but like every recording,
time.
that's what I'm saying. Like, is that a thing that you want? Let us know. But not me, because as you know, I'm depressed and I do not check my DMs. So you can find me at Rebaru, REBARU, on Instagram. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.
And those DMs at Terms of Service Podcast on Instagram are open.
Yeah, they open.
Yes.
Not me.
Please let us know.
You're welcome.
/me.
Okay.
Peace.